Didn't think I was, but okay, whatever. Zoom, it's fine. Yeah, you can call me Cake Pop or Cake, whichever one. This is the occasion when, yes, the person is Cake. Yeah, so you'll find me on Twitter and Instagram and Twitch, all at Cake Pop Plays. Um, it's a lot of Overwatch, and then single player games are my jam, really. So, yeah, excited to get into it. Mhm. Yes. Yes. Definitely. With special focus on women of color because we are out there and we are playing video games despite
Oh, they said they
like,
couldn't hear me the whole time, and I just
oh,
realized I was muted. It's okay. I was just introducing Cake Pop. It's our first, like interview type spectacle. So
yeah.
bear with us because, all right, Catherine. Catherine's gonna get me later, but yeah, we got to get the bugs out. The first one is always the trickiest one, but I'm so
Mhm.
excited. But yeah, we got to commentate, and that was just so special to us because we really didn't know what to expect. I know
Yeah.
Catherine had asked me, who's also the CEO of ECCP, and I was like, of course, and she told me it was like all girls, and I was like, okay, and then they brought in Black Crystal, who is amazing with the play-by-plays. And then they were like, "Do you know anyone else?" And I put out something on Twitter, and K-pop responded, and I was
Mhm.
so excited because her and Black Crystal together. I just wanted to sit back and watch Overwatch at that point. It was just so good.
It
So
was a lot of fun. That
yeah,
was that was a really cool night.
yeah, so shortly after that, Catherine again, she had this idea for a while, and she asked me if I was okay with hosting, something on Fridays, and maybe do some interviews and play some video games. I'm like, okay, I'll think about it, and they bared with me through like a whole move. Sorry for the echo, and everything else, and then she said, yeah, I got the perfect person you can interview. And I was like, okay, I'm excited. And she told me who it was. And then they sent us her bio. And I was like, wait a minute. I got a little shook. But we're
Yeah.
just really excited. So go ahead, K-pop. I think you're way less nervous than me for a little bit.
um, I no, definitely. I mean, the whole initiative that esports for female players, especially female players of color, like I said, we are out there gaming. We are playing right alongside everybody else, and to see a night where female players were being spotlit was just really cool. I know we kept saying it during the event, but we were like, "This is great. I
Yeah.
like watching it, just like a bunch of women playing Overwatch. This is cool. This is cool because, the league is all men except for one female player. And, we're all out there. I definitely play with other female Overwatch players all the time. But, it was good to actually see, like, here we are at the forefront and you can see really incredibly skilled, far more skilled than
It
I
was
am.
so competitive.
Oh
Like,
my God. I mean, they were sweaty matches and everything. It was good. They were good Overwatch matches. That's the thing. It's no different from watching anyone else play.
yeah.
So, but yeah, so that's why I, came back to participate. But yeah, so Dean Dr. Dana Emerson is very cool and is a consultant working with the college and career pathways. I mean, had we were reading her bio and just had all of these accolades, so
Yeah.
educated. I mean, and really, truthfully, is so focused on student success. Again, students of color, and just a lot of. It's really exciting to see someone with that background really jumping in as a consultant to really like move something like
Yeah.
this in a direction that is so, like I said, so focused on student success,
Yeah.
because I think a lot of people would love to be in esports, especially a lot of women. And I think
Oh,
because so often it comes off as a boys club, I don't think any of us
don't remind me that I'm
know
old and
where
I
to
can't
start. No.
participate anymore, okay? I wish I could when I was growing up. I wish this was a part of like my college life or something. Maybe I'd have made an effort, But
Yeah.
Dr. Dana is super like she's talked at the NAACP. She's worked with Tyra Banks with her T Zone initiative, which I actually remember that I think it was like America's Next Top Model. She brought them there or something like that. So.
Yeah, that was crazy. I was like, oh my God. Yeah, that was like, yeah, yep.
And she's been in these rooms to get us included, and I love that so much because, especially with gaming, a lot of people don't realize. I mean, gaming is super big, but it's still in its infancy, and there's so much room to grow. A lot of these things, the reason why they're boys clubs or there isn't that many people of color is because sometimes they just thought it was like a hobby and it just sprouted up into this big thing, but they forgot that little piece. And that, it's great to have someone like Dr. Dana to come in and just advise them. I mean, hey, I'm just saying, don't, knock it, because some of these companies, they really need the help. I told Dr. Dana, I was like, I think Twitch needs you.
Well, not to stir anything, but we all read that article the other day, didn't we? So yeah, Twitch definitely. Somebody, Jesus, maybe.
I'm sorry.
I don't know. But anyways,
let's bring her in. We want to introduce you guys to Dr. Dana Emerson. Welcome. Okay, I put you in now. Okay, welcome to the stream. How are you today?
You guys make it sound so good. That's just amazing. I want to meet her.
You are her. I mean,
no, it's crazy, right?
Yeah.
We read your bio, so.
Well, I know, and I try that. Okay, we're just gonna pass on that, and we're just gonna focus on like the last 5 years, right?
Yeah.
But really kind of moving into this. So first of all, good evening, happy Friday. We made it.
Yes.
Right. So that's a celebration right there.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
I'm gonna check that and just say, yeah. So here's the deal. Here's the deal with Dr. Dana, right? Here's the real deal, Dr. Dana Esports, how this all came about. I am not a gamer. Like, everybody needs to know that. I'm not a gamer. But that has really nothing to do with wanting to advance the industry so that it shows up on time with where we are socially. Meaning, yes, women of color are gaming, right? Of course they are. Yes, the industry is in its infancy and women of color can be a part of building, right? Yes, the universities have embraced esports. High schools have embraced esports. That middle piece, those community colleges, they need to embrace it as well, because that is the bridge into higher education for 99% of people of color in this country. So if we're not going to focus in the middle, then we're going to have to ignore the beginning and ignore the end. So let's focus on the middle so that the beginning has a reason to exist and the end has a finish line where we can actually celebrate, right? So this is my role. I am all about supporting the play, because I think it's more than just a play. When I started learning about esports, I thought like everybody else, oh, you got to be computer science, you got to do computer engineering.
Not all that math, no.
Right? Like 90% of the people who I know who look like me probably not going to get into any of this. But the more I started to look into it, the more I realized this is like really language arts entertainment, right? And so this is that real place where arts comes into the STEM world. So people don't necessarily see it like that. So when they don't see it like that, they start to not see people like us either like that. So let's put it back and let's make sure that it's highlighted. So once I got that grasp, then I thought, okay, yeah, I got to get some esports happening at my school, right? At my college, Coastline, hence my logo back here. Actually, this is the logo for our esports club and team, right?
Yeah.
We're fierce dolphins that look like killer whales. But And so my students were super excited about it because they said, hey, if I had a place where I can come and do the things that I love in between studying, I'd be on campus all day. And I
Wow.
thought, well, if you're going to be on campus all day, I'm going to get you in more classes. I'm going to get you across the finish line faster than you thought. And I'm going to have you prepared to walk into an industry that you didn't realize you could walk into and earn a living. So here we are, right? And then Catherine shows up in my life. And Catherine's like,
There you go.
hey, I'm like, hey. And so we built this all together. And so this is what we're talking about. And then we started looking at each other like, okay, but we're leading this charge. We're women of color. Like, where the rest of the women of color leading this charge? And it just wasn't that easy to find until now, right? The Hive came through and it was like, oh, here we are. So with that, we were like, well, let's build a model, something that colleges can work with to actually get this on the ground foundationally so that it's not just gaming, because I don't like when people say that, oh, you just game. No, you're not just gaming, right? You're building a community, you are building a relationship, you're building an industry. The industry is being built as you play now,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
It's there is no reason to look at esports any differently than people look at the NBA, the NFL, or Major League Baseball, right? It's all there. All of those components need to be there. And once Catherine and I locked eyes on that, I said, oh, you work with the players because you know that world. I'm going to build a curriculum and I'm going to get all of these leaders together to understand this isn't something that you turn your back on. This is the here, this is the now, and this is so here I am with you all right
I love it. I feel like we
Yay.
have a similar story with Catherine because I honestly to this day I don't know how Catherine found me. I'm like, did she find my stream or something? But she came in and she said like the same, almost similar words where it was just like, I know like you've been advocating for people of color, women of color, and just I want to do this. I want to do it right. Sometimes she asks me, she's like, "Do you think I'm doing this?" I'm like, "You're doing great. Just keep at it." Because even for us, I don't know, like parents sometimes can be like a hindrance, and just to have like colleges and high schools being involved into esports, and because it can be such a great career, not just being a
Yeah.
player but also the behind the
now.
scenes things as well. So
Hmm.
I just want to ask you about like, what do you say to people who are like their parents may not be like too into it and things like that?
Yeah, I would say, first of all, sit down and have that real conversation, right? And just let the parents know, one, you're not hurting anyone first. Number two, you are in the process of building an industry that is designed to take over the world in a matter of seconds. Like, you don't want to be left behind.
Hmm.
And so, with that, then let them know that there is an entire industry that I can become a part of. I have an opportunity to build right now. I mean, it's not like you said, it's not just a playing. Somebody's got to host events, somebody's got to manage them, right? Somebody's got to build the curriculum for the jobs that are going to be holding up that entire industry. This isn't just, oh, go, into your basement, get your hot Cheetos and your Mountain Dew, and right, and we won't see you for 2 weeks. That's not what it is. I'm not saying there's not that component in this world. Of course there is, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about you can gain, you can build relationships, you can network. All of those things that it takes to run a real business is what's happening. And so you have to really make sure that you understand and that your parents understand there's another side to it. You can't be gaming all the time and not thinking about where this is going to take you tomorrow. And so if the players understand where tomorrow can take them, they can share that with their parents. And then second, find those workshops where people are putting on these workshops. We did it over the summer, particularly during the COVID, shelter in place. And I heard parents out there kids all the time, go to bed, And so we put on a workshop so parents could understand that this is a way for your students to engage because it's the new normal. This is how we're right now. So let's not look down on it. And then let's now celebrate all of the bounty that can come from it. So that's what I would tell them.
And I think just on a note on the timing of that, because I happen to work for a company that is remote as is, even before COVID, but is also focused on something that is made to work when people can't all physically be together in the long run, not just during the current situation. So I would argue that the timing of getting into something like esports, really, it's been the wave for a long time, but this really just shoved it to the forefront. Like anything that centers around things that people can do remotely, um, has been thriving the past 6 months, I would say. You know what I mean? Like people are doing a really good job with that if they're already, of that mindset to be ready to hit the ground running on that. Um, but I guess for me, I would argue on your note, not argue, but like, so I would spotlight your note about how it's not just gaming. Um, I would say that a lot of esports events would benefit from more people who aren't gamers, people who are studying management and PR and event planning and that
Storytelling,
kind of thing,
right?
storytelling,
Doing
exactly, video production. Um,
that.
and so in
Art.
terms
There's
of
so many.
art,
Yeah.
so many, I can't think of a single creative industry or like business industry that doesn't have anything to do with esports or that esports isn't utilizing in some way.
Yeah.
So I guess for me, my next question to you, Dr. Dana, um, in terms of building that curriculum, and I know later we'll talk about Coastline's program specifically, but in terms of, I guess, building that esports program, where are you focused as far as the parts that aren't gaming, just gaming?
Right, right. So I'm definitely focused on the workforce development, right? And so we look at the language arts. That's a discipline or an area that I oversee in my job as a dean. And so I see those components on the creative content. I see those components on the business side. I see the management. It, even I see health. I see that someone can put together healthy strategies when you are gaming as a professional or you're gaming as a student or you're gaming as a varsity competitor. Like I see all of that. So this is we're looking. We want to bring out the creative side of students so that they can see that they can plug into the industry. So definitely right now my biggest focus is just getting students exposed and aware that there are a multitude of career opportunities um, within the industry. So that's where we're starting right now. And I love the storytelling because everybody has a story. I did a podcast not too long ago was talking about this and I said, wouldn't it be just amazing to have storytellers from communities like where I grew up and have that get transformed into a game? And so now we're talking about reaching people, telling their story in a gaming format that now other people can participate in and start to gain knowledge about what it may or may not be like being that person coming from where they come from and all of these things that can enter into their life that helps them cross finish lines, wherever it is in their life. I see that bigger picture. This is a social thing. We are in the movement. We are here. If you're not with it, you're already left behind. So that's where I'm at with it. It's just let's get the creative people right there and let's talk about how we can be creative about this.
It's so funny you said health because I was just watching TV and T Pain was actually interviewing a esports team and they actually had like a fitness coach and stuff like
Mhm.
that. Yeah, it was pretty cool. So like when you said that, I was like, oh yeah, like I was just watching it. There's just so many components and
Yeah,
so I'm really
that's
excited. Yeah.
That's so necessary because it's not even just the whole Doritos and Mountain Dew thing. Like, let's be real, we sit for very long periods of
Yeah.
time. For very long, for
And
like
if you're,
embarrassing
and
periods
I
of
mean,
time.
it's computer, so you're indoors, so like make sure you get your vitamin
Exactly.
D.
You're not sitting right. You're just like all over the place. Yeah. No, I think that
Yeah,
is vital. So,
I'm so
yeah.
guilty for that too.
Oh, I'm terrible about it. My favorite thing I ever saw, like health and gaming related, was the discovery of the Hydrate bot on Twitch. So, Dr. Dana, if you're not familiar, you can set up a bot that will remind you every hour, every whatever your interval is, hey, drink some water,
Drink some water.
because you're just sitting there drinking
And
whatever.
somebody had to come up with that. Someone thought that was an important component to plug into the industry, right?
Yes.
Yes.
How many more important components can be plugged in that haven't even been identified yet?
I'll tell you a
Oh,
lot.
so
They
many.
haven't discovered women or black people yet, so it's like
That part,
There you go.
so
There you
that
go.
part,
it's getting there. It's cool. It's
Yeah.
good. But yeah, so I just want to know, like, what is the big picture? I know you mentioned it before, but what are you hoping to accomplish with not only ECCP, but just esports as a whole, or the gaming industry as you see it now? Because I also read your bio that you do go into these companies and you help them with like diversity and inclusion. I love that so much. And like I said,
Mhm.
Twitch may need you. But, you know, well, yeah, what is the big picture? Because we see what it is now, you know. I know you're not like a big gamer, but just like for me, sometimes when I'm going through social media with like the little bit of industry people that I have on it, some of the exploitations and things like that that I see is just so rampant almost now. Now they're kind of like, kind of honing them in. But yeah, what do you see as the big picture?
Mhm.
Yeah, I definitely see that we would have more access, right, to
Yeah.
gaming so that you don't have to be a gajillionaire to buy all of your technology so that you can participate, right? That to me is a diversity and an equity issue.
Yeah.
And also reaching out to people and giving them a pathway of a space where they belong. So many people, particularly people who identify as gamers, are like in the shadows. It's almost like they're not even people. And I'd like to spotlight them and say, no, 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 come on in. We have a bona fide industry and a curriculum, right? A program that you now can shine in, right? Because the whole idea of the old traditional way of doing education, if COVID didn't show us anything, it definitely showed us that you have to be flexible, you have to be ready to change
Right.
on a dime. And
Right.
so the old way of doing things, if that's what you're wedded to, you already last year, right? That's what that is. And so I definitely see opportunities to bring people into industries that I think they really want to be a part of, but they don't even know exist, or they don't know how to get in. They don't know where to go. They don't know who to talk to. And they're fearful that they may not be people who look like them, so that they may not be able to build a connection or a network. And so it's all of those things. I want to make sure that there's an opportunity to play if that's what you want to do, there's an opportunity to learn if that's what you want to do, and there's an opportunity to work if that's what you want to do. And if you want to do all three, even better.
Wow, I love you. I'm sorry. No, it's like serious. It was so funny. I just had like this
Yeah.
conversation on Twitter because somebody posted and they were like, "Well, I don't know how to get into the gaming industry," and I'm like, "Well, there really isn't a way because there's no kind of standard. There isn't like that educational way because most people we have like so many different educational backgrounds that
Oh,
come
yeah.
into the industry. Like some people are doing accounting or PR or something, and they just landed, somebody's
Mhm.
calling me, Lord. But yeah, like it's just you just hit the nail on the head because there really isn't like a clear way to get in the industry. For the most part, it's just networking at this point. And
Mhm.
like you said, there's not a lot of people who are like us. I've been to so many like conventions and thing where I'm just talking to like almost the same person. Y'all know what I mean.
Oh,
But
I know. Oh, I mean,
you know.
if anyone went to the Twitch Chicago meetup, what, last year or the year
Mm-hmm.
before, and I mean, we all just basically found and spoke to each other for, most of the night. And then everybody, because we were all, it's kind of like the same gaming community,
Yeah.
like on Discord, everybody was like, okay, crew picture. And so we all gathered up, and like the entire rest of this venue full of like white gamers were just like watching us take this huge like class picture. It was so surreal and weird, but we were just like, yeah, everybody took a picture. They're all just like, oh. And keeping in mind, most of us
Yeah.
had never seen each other before. But it's funny because everybody comes from different backgrounds. Everyone that I game with has a different job, is from different places. And I think it's interesting because gaming is how you meet a lot of people who are like you, who you may not realize. Because I think, especially growing up, especially for women, if you're not already growing up in a nest of other women who are gamers, it's going to seem like you're the only one doing it for a very long time. Logically, I knew there were other female gamers, other Black female gamers growing up, because if I was doing it, somebody else had to be doing it, like
Yeah.
statistically, right? But I didn't actually meet those people until I went to college.
Oh
So
wow.
the fact that this is a college initiative, community colleges as well, which definitely goes a long way in terms of accessibility, because the whole community college versus university thing is a whole other conversation. But the fact that
Right.
this is a college initiative is so important.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Oh.
um, yeah. So, I mean, in terms of, well, yeah, let's go with that. In terms of like community colleges, where do you see them fitting in? Because, a lot of people are doing 2-year programs or 4-year programs, but uh, with the associates, with the bachelors, how do you approach it any differently at a community college than you would at a 4-year? Or is that like a
Yeah, we do. So let me just say this, right? Because the accessibility part is super important. And I think, again, I'm going to go back and just remind everybody that majority of the people, particularly people of color, enter into higher education via community college because it's expensive to go to a university. And it's hard to get in because they can select who they want to come in and who they don't. Community colleges are open access, open admission. If you say you want to come, come. And we have things available to you. So, with that, I want to start, and we're working on this right now, start with what we call non credit classes, right? So, these are those classes where you can explore, they're free, right? You don't spend too much time in them, but by the time you finish maybe one or two classes, you get a certificate, and then you can decide, maybe I want to do a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more, right? And so then those certificates then start to stack up. And then before you know it, here's a degree program that you can now become a part of. Wouldn't it be great to get a degree in esports related industry? Pick something in the industry and get a degree in that, and then walk into those people that are running the industry right now with your credentials and say, hey, look,
Yeah.
I have the background. I can tell you things that you probably don't even know about how to hold up this industry and stand it up so that it's sustainable, not just for people who look like those guys that are in the basement, but for people who look like us on this stream right now. Right. And so then that outreach becomes even more so. It's really interesting when you do the research on this. It seems like the United States is still very much um, I'm going to use this term, but I don't want to offend, monochromatic, right? In their players, where you look across the world and there are just so many other people that look very different that are still building community, networking, building businesses, and saying, hey, we can do this too. We shouldn't be afraid to go ahead and venture into that. So with community college, we start with, let's give you a little taste just in case, right? And that taste goes out to our high school students too, because high school, they have a regimented day, right? The state tells them how much time they have to spend in class, you know, And so with that, they can come on over to community college a little bit, see if this is something you want to do. If it is, then when you finish your high school, you can come to this college and now you can start working on your degree pathway into the industry for whatever it is that you want to do. Or you can just still play at the college, play on the team, and then still go study something else, but still building the network, still being connected to the industry. And if that's not enough for you, then I can expose you to universities that will give you scholarships to play. If that is something you still want to do while you're studying something else on a way to a baccalaureate degree. So the progression is real. It's there. We just have to pull the veil back and say, here we are. Turn the lights on. Come on over. We're waiting for you.
That's great because I don't think a lot of people look at community college as a place of many options, despite the fact that that's where a lot of people start to figure things out, get gen eds, get their direction figured out and everything. So um, I think definitely, yeah, including, like you said, going back to the accessibility point,
Yeah.
including community colleges is going to be a huge thing. Because I think,
Yeah.
and I think we've had, I don't know if we had that conversation on the stream or if this is one of many conversations that we've been privy
Yeah.
to on Twitter. But there was a big conversation one day about hardware and how
Yeah.
when you talk about esports, you're talking about PC gaming. And when you
Yeah.
talk about PC gaming and you're talking about the money it requires to
Yeah.
keep up with PC gaming,
Yeah.
that's another social, it's a social issue and not, oh, there are no people playing these games. It's literally just like,
Yeah.
the whole console versus PC debate and how elitist that is because of the money issue. I mean, we can break that down another
Yeah. I
time and
think.
probably will, but
Yeah, I think they said like the average gaming PC was like $1,300. Now, which one of y'all mamas was gonna give y'all
the way my mom, the
$1,300?
way my mom looked at me over a $300 or $400 console, there was no way. Like, you want how
But
much to
yeah.
play on a computer?
But yeah, I mean, think
You
about it.
know,
You go to school and like your equipment is there. You have a lot of
right,
time. You have
right.
curriculum. You're still doing your schoolwork. You're still, and then also with the certification that you guys are, I saw somebody in chat saying you guys are working on. That is so huge. And like,
Yes.
because I personally like I do a lot of networking. People are like, how do you know the people you know? Listen, I just talk. I'm an extrovert. A lot of people are introverts in the gaming industry. So it was
Oh
very
man, in the gaming industry, if you can just open your mouth and talk to people,
yeah, that's like a
the
plus.
entire studio is your oyster. Like
But
it's
yeah, a
fine.
lot of people found, refuge into gaming or, they kind of zoned into it and they're not so like as outgoing. They want like a more like I said, like a standard or something, and the educational route that you guys are providing is just so amazing because like I said, like I learned a lot of my networking abilities through like the food industry because I worked with like a manufacturing company at one point and we went to a lot of, because they were a small business, we went to a lot of like networking events and things like that. So I knew how to like kind of, talk to people, but a lot of people don't get that and they think there's like a certain way you're supposed to talk to somebody or,
Right, right.
not to mention like contracts and things like that because like I said before there's so much exploitation that is involved with this industry.
Mhm.
Standards that you guys are
Yeah.
providing is just so important. Like my boyfriend is an esports player and I mean I'm going through some of his stuff or he's showing me in and he's saying I'm saying no to this and it's like sometimes it's simple things you just kind of just gotta like hold it down and be like nope, I'm not gonna do that because
Yeah.
you don't know where
Yeah.
these companies, what they just want you because you play good. You have to be able to be
Right.
able to say no.
Right.
So
And I think it's so important, and that's a big part of the whole esports being sort of a baby industry, and especially the way gaming operates. A big part of, well, to an extent, some of that introductory exploitation, we'll call it, is the fact that, like, legally, in terms of contracts, you see this all the time, not just with esports, but when people um, are entering any sort of more freelance oriented industry, people can't navigate contracts. They don't know what to ask for. They don't know
Right?
how much money they're supposed to be making because it's independent contractor stuff. It's a free agent, or what do you do with that? So I think that is the part that especially if you approach esports more from a business management point,
Absolutely.
that's the part that is vital. That's going to go a really long way in prepping people to at least be able to ask the right questions when they get to those meetings. So,
And isn't that so important? Is just asking the right questions so
Yeah.
that you can take a really assured next step, right? I mean,
mhm.
because even if you ask the question and no one has the answer, but you've asked it, and it you have to learn to ask questions. Most of us just kind of sit back and wait for information to come to us. This industry is so new, there's no information that's really going to show up except maybe the game, right? Maybe some technology. And it's really all on that application side. But when we hear people saying things like, well, I would love to make a living at this, well, then you better learn how to ask some questions. You better learn how to read the fine print. You better learn how to go and build a network, a team, somebody who's looking out for you. Like I said in the beginning, if we start looking at this the same way we look at the NFL, the same way we look at the NBA, it's all of those components will be in place in the esports industry. It's just a matter of time. And for all we
Exactly.
know, it's already there overseas
Yeah.
and we're just still waiting to get there because people aren't doing sponsor stuff for nothing. People aren't
Right.
earning money for nothing. People aren't gaming and winning prize money for nothing. I mean, for us, when we had our first team get together, oh my gosh, we had a team of students get together and they said, yeah, we're going to go find our own tournament. This is our first team. And I talk about this all the time. First team, oh, we're not going to worry about them. They're just going to go out there and kind of dabble around. And,
Mm-hmm.
they made it to the finals and ended up winning some money. And we were like,
Wow.
um, this is real.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
You just
This
never
is
know.
very real. And
Yeah.
so with that, we start thinking like we got to start changing the way people think about this. We have to change mindset, right? It's not just being the gamer. And I'm going to keep stating, I should get t-shirts. It's
Not
not
just.
just about the game,
Mhm.
right? It's not
Mhm.
just about the game. It's about being an entrepreneur. It's about the equity in being an entrepreneur and building out those relationships and building the industry. 80% of the esports industry is spectators. What are these people doing? Right?
Right.
They're doing exactly what the people do that are watching NFL. They're playing fantasy leagues, they're keeping stats, right? They're in their head, they're already managing a team, they're coaching. They're coaching from their sofa, watching the game. Like you can monetize all of that and you can actually put it into a career pathway that is available to anyone who's interested. We should never cut that off.
Right.
Ever. We should always be moving forward and making sure that everyone is looking at it in this way. And that's all I want to do. I will stand on top of any box and start giving out the good word about esports.
Right.
Don't make me call it a religion.
It's so true. Oh my god. But yeah. Oh wow. Oh, do we have any more questions, K-pop? I feel like we hit a lot
Yeah.
of them. Um, but yeah.
Well,
Is there
okay.
anything else you want to tell us, Dr. Dana?
Well, I had a
Oh, go ahead.
question about and again, that whole the conversation about esports as a career, right?
Yeah.
Um and I know you guys were talking about getting a certificate going for careers in esports, which is very cool. Um, would there be consideration, I suppose, if you can talk about it, um, to sort of nestle this because a lot of universities have entertainment management programs.
Yeah.
Would there be would that be more of like a nesting it into that as a degree, or like a standalone esports degree? Because esports can encompass so many different things. I guess
Yeah,
more, would that slide more under like business management, because there are the players and then there's
yeah.
the
The answer is
industry?
yes. The answer
Yes.
is
Yeah, it's
yes,
like
yes,
everything.
I
yes,
mean,
yes, yes. I think it really all depends because we haven't really developed an esports discipline. I mean, it's
right,
coming, it's there. There are some colleges that can put some prefixes on some classes that indicate that it's for esports. There is a college back east that does have it's a community college. They have an esports business management degree that
Wow.
students can get brand new, right?
that's
And
awesome.
so it really is a matter of where you want to house it. I see it right now because we're talking about the content development, storytelling, the art side of it. I see
Right,
that in the humanities, right? It's like it's that same group of people that study movies, that study art, right? They study all of those things and how that has an impact on society. Well, isn't that esports right now?
True.
Right?
right.
There is so much to it. I have a colleague who teaches at a different college and he teaches in theater, and he's a gamer. And he says, "Hey, Dave, let me show you something." And he's taking me through it, and he goes, "You see how the lighting shift? I teach that." And I was like, those are things that like people just would never know,
Wow,
right? You
yeah.
would never know that that goes on the backside of the development. And so with that, then there are opportunities in the industry to just employ so many people. And wouldn't that be amazing coming out of COVID, where people actually can be at home, get an
Right,
education, get a certificate, build the industry, and be employed and start bringing back the things that they want to participate in, start building up their communities, and really start having this new pathway of where we're going in terms of society. With the arcades, let me just say this, right? That's old school stuff for me. I'm an arcade person, right?
hmm
But when
Same.
you can start buying those arcade games and putting them in your house, I was like, wait. We on something here, right?
yeah.
We're on to something. And then I could call my friends, hey, you got a game, right? And so now, and then what you talked about the console play, right? Isn't that what people are doing? It's
Yep.
a console play. Look, it's like, let's connect up, let's play, right? Because what else are we going to do? What else are we going to do? We're going to
hmm
work from home, we're going to play from home. Here we are. This is what we were thinking the future was going to look like. It's right now.
Yeah.
Right.
And so, where would it be housed? It would be housed in art, it would be housed in humanities, it would be housed in science. Because at some point, the computer scientists are going to be like, well, no, 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 we do all the gaming design. Well, we're not saying you can't be in it, but what I'm saying is don't leave out the creative part. There are really creative people that can tell you amazing stories that you can then build into a game.
Yeah.
And there's stories you never thought of because it's not a life that you live. But let's go tap people who are living lives that look a little bit different than ours and ask them to tell the story about it.
Right.
There it is in the language arts. I mean, it's
It's
any way you slice it, you can put it together. I'm going to come back. It's like the NFL. If you think of every single little component that holds that industry up, where is it housed? It's not just in athletics, right? There's legal, there's entertainment, there's health, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
There's all of there's apparel manufacturing. Don't get me into like what outfit I need to be wearing while I'm gaming.
Well, I mean, that's a huge marketing thing. And of course, back
yeah.
to Overwatch, I would say, like, even outside of how they play as a team,
Mm-hmm.
one of the most notable things that I saw when they got the Overwatch League up and running, whoever was doing the apparel and marketing for the New York Excelsior team was on it. That branding is gorgeous.
Yeah.
I like the whole, it was cool. it didn't look like, oh, here we are in our gamer sweaters. It just looked like cool leisure, like
Yeah.
active wear. It had like a vibe, and the whole, like all of the little photo shoots they did for it were like next to the Brooklyn Bridge or whatever. It was just a cool thing, and
Yeah,
they
they
really
have pop-up shops for
they
those.
had pop-up shops. They had
They
pop-up
do
shops
quite a
that
lot of
had people.
marketing.
They do great
I mean,
marketing.
their
Yeah.
marketing
So
is top notch. And I remember watching an interview, I think with the owner or one of the marketing directors, and they said they were going to market it just like an NFL or sports
exactly.
team,
There,
and it's been working
Exactly.
out
there you
for
go.
them. I
Yeah.
think before they even like played a game, they like sold so many stuff. They were like sold out of things too.
Do you know
Um,
how badly I wanted some of those hoodies? I was just like,
yeah,
I would
so
wear
a lot of
that.
them
Still
sold
would buy
out.
one of those.
Yeah,
Yeah, they sold out
and they
immediately.
have apparel shops here too.
Full apparel shops, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
We have questions in the chat, but I'm gonna
oh
say
yeah.
this: you guys could write your questions right now, and we'll get back to them as well. And also make sure you join the giveaway. We're giving away a Corsair mouse. Thank you to Corsair for sponsoring this stream. They're going to be sponsoring a few of the Hive streams that will be here every week. Each week on Friday. I think I forgot to say that in the beginning. And we're just having an amazing conversation with Dean, Dr. Dana Emerson. So if you guys have questions for her or her program, feel free to
Yeah.
put it in the chat. Okay. And also, I believe the moderator will help you with the giveaway. So yeah. Sorry
Cause
about that.
yeah.
Just getting
No,
that going.
I actually like looking at the question I'm looking at about the communities. That was something that would have been my next question, to take it back to not just PC gaming, but again, the accessibility thing,
Yeah.
esports and its attitude toward console play. So the question, if I read the question from the chat,
Yeah.
so to keep this amazing conversation going, thank you, Bull City GG. Here's a question. Since esports and gaming has such a broad reach, are there ways we can reach into communities that we don't immediately connect with gaming?
Yeah, absolutely. We have conversations like this. We shop our education programs, particularly the free ones, and say, hey, if you even thought about this, the return on the investment is high and the stakes are low. You have nothing to lose. We're not going to grade you. We're just going to, expose you, get you aware, have you dabble a little bit, and then you tell us what you want to do next. So this is how we do it. We go and talk more and more and more. And like I said, once we get over the idea that you have to be a computer engineer, computer scientist in order to participate in esports, that automatically starts to open up possibilities for people to see themselves in the industry in ways that they've never seen themselves before. Because they like it. They just think, oh, I can never make a living at this because I have to be something other than what I am right now. And what the new curriculum and the certificates and coming to the college says is no, 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 you can still be yourself and still get a certification and still walk into the industry and still get a job.
Wow.
Right, right.
That's so amazing. Sorry. My heart is fluttering. I need to find a time machine to go back to like 10 years,
Right? Like, hey.
It's so funny because when we hosted the Overwatch scrimmage, it was high school and collegiate girls. It was all girls, and we were all girls commentating it, and we were like, oh my God, could you imagine when we were growing up what this would be like for us? But
Right.
when we were growing up, it was just such like a nuance for women or just girls, like we had those like stereotypical placings, especially for gaming. Like we didn't really play this. I mean, I played The Sims, but and other things.
Yeah.
But I also played
Oh,
Call
yeah.
of Duty. I had like a PC. Thank God for my my brothers. Due to me having two older brothers, I was able to get like consoles and PC. A lot of people don't like really get that. So yeah, like this program is just so amazing, and I don't even know. If no one thanks you, I thank you.
I do too, because it's huge.
Like even the team that I have working at my college, it's all women. It is all women. because it's funny, like the first people that said no to us were white men. They were the first people that said no, right?
Mm,
So we were like, okay, well, that's just no to the area that you occupy. But there's a whole universe left that
Yeah.
we can actually go into and start making things happen. And why wouldn't we?
Yeah.
yeah.
I think we hit all the questions.
I'm trying to think if
Double
I
over.
have one last. Um, yeah, I mean, that is, yeah, the whole initiative I think is just so important because, like I said, I didn't meet a lot of other women who played video games until college,
Yeah.
because I think a lot of times in communities where you're not growing up surrounded by gaming, and especially as a woman of color, like it usually does end up being like the odd one out. Grew up with tons of cousins who played and everything, and it was like, oh yeah, she plays too. Da, da, da. But it was like, okay, so me and my male cousins, me and my guy friends at school,
Yeah.
occasionally the girls would like dabble in this or that, but I had maybe like out of all the people I knew who played video games, I had like one
Yeah.
female friend at the time, like in high school, who also like really heavily played video games. And then getting to college, it was like, oh my God, I remember like first week of college, I had brought my PlayStation with me and my like whole Guitar Hero setup and everything. And I remember a white guy, told me, "You're the first like normal girl I've met who plays video games as well as you do." I was just like,
Mm-hmm.
I do want to ask about like the social aspect because
the
there's case,
social
yeah.
aspect of it. And like you
Um,
said, the whole stigma of like what a gamer looks like or how a gamer
Right.
behaves. If even if you are a female gamer, it's like, oh, you're like a mole person or something. It's like, what is this? How are you not meeting? How are you not aware of, other
yeah.
people playing video games? And so it's weird. Like as much as we don't know where to start when we have interests in
Yeah.
gaming, other people are literally still,
Yeah.
especially
Right.
judging from some of the conversations I see on Twitter, still catching on to the fact that women play video games to play video games and not just to hang out with guys. Like it's a very
Well,
weird thing that the tides are turning, but a
it's
program like this is so vital to that.
it's super interesting because one of the things that I think esports has over like the NBA and the NFL, right? So we have the WNBA. A lot of people just like kind of pass on that, right? Like, oh, whatever. Those are just college basketball, players just on TV a little bit more, right? Or the NFL, like, oh, well, girls can play, women can play football too, but we're really not going to pay any attention to it because it's just not as exciting. However, in the esports industry, what we're talking about is your strategy, it's your mindset, it's the way that you're approaching it. And it's kind of like chess, but really more exciting.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right?
Yes.
Right? It really more exciting. And so then it really is about concentrating on the strategy that people are putting into their game. What moves are you making? Why are you making that move? Where are you trying to go that I can't see yet? But I'm watching and I want to see how you're going to get there. Where
Right.
it's not that physicality that really puts women in like football arenas, probably at a place where they're never going to see the same type of sponsorship. They're never going to see the same type of money that men see because of the pure physicality of it all. We don't want to see, women getting bloodied up on the field and doing things like that. But in esports, I think we do want to see women compete. We want to see how they're making moves, how they're making decisions, particularly when they're battling anyone else in the field, in the game. And they,
Right.
they still are women. And basically, what I'm saying is you don't have to give up your femininity to whatever level you display that at, and you can still be a gamer at the top of your game. You don't have to lose any part of how you present yourself while you're gaming. In
Right.
other areas, you do.
Yeah.
And this one, you don't.
Yeah.
And what's so interesting about that is like, I mean, it's that double-edged sword of women everywhere, where if you are feminine and you play video games, it's like, oh, whatever, e-girl, mercy main, like, but then if you're not, the way people will be after you for, you know what I mean? It's just, there's really, there's
Yeah.
really, no
I was gonna
particular
say,
winning there,
is
but.
there? I mean, before we get to the last question as well,
Mhm.
is there a way, like socially, when people are accepted into the program, that you guys just like present it like, hey, have an open mind, code of conducts, maybe. Like, can you talk more about that? Because that's usually a lot why people kind of shrink into their own or don't want to go into I remember the last time, I don't know if it was this event or the one before, where someone on the collegiate team was like, well, I don't know if we should do that. He didn't have that confidence because he thought they were going to lose or whatever, and I was like, hey, you should play because you never know what's going to happen. The other person on the other team might be sick, and you do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, how do you get people to have that confidence coming into the program? And
Yeah, so one of the things that we did like really immediately was get our Title IX and equity officer involved in the structure of our club
Ooh.
and helping us map out that code of conduct. Not just for the students who want to participate, but while they're participating. So now there's like that performance code of conduct as well. And we get the students involved in writing that as well, because obviously if they're part of creating it, they have a much higher stake in making sure that things stay in place. And so one of the things that our club advisor, Stephanie Bridges, who is also an English instructor, who is also a gamer, and she's also super amazing, um, and she says, no, they got to go through training. Everybody who wants to play esports for Coastline, they have to go through training, because they have to understand that it is really easy when you're emotionally excited and you're in that moment and you've left yourself behind and you've crossed over into the dimension of the game, to start spouting off and not realizing that you're really being offensive and that you're really trampling on the rights of other people to exist. And so we want to make sure that our students know that going in, that here's what is required of you, right,
Right.
to participate. Now, are they going to lose themselves from time to time? Of course. But because the students are part of writing the code of conduct, then they're also part of writing the consequences. So it's not like they don't know, they know.
Right.
And
Yeah.
they know what's coming. And then they also can start to police themselves, because this is exactly what happens in the classroom, right?
yeah.
Students start acting up. The students who really want to be there turn to the students who are acting up and say, shut up, stop it. I'm here. If you don't want to be here, go someplace else. And so then that policing becomes that peer movement, which then creates even more standards for the industry, because it's those standards that are delivered by the people who are actually doing the work. They're playing, they're the gamers.
Wow, that's
So
so
yeah.
amazing. That's like how I moderate my chat. It's like it started with the set rules, and once it got a little bit older, people just start police. I don't even have to say anything because the people in the chat know how it operates in here, and
Right.
that's like a huge gamer thing. I feel like that's also
Yeah.
like on Twitter now, when we know it's like that's not okay, that we need to call this out. It's becoming that, and I'm really appreciative that that's how you guys approached it. Like I just like that question just popped in my, like, hey, I should ask her about that, because I know a lot of people going into gaming are sometimes apprehensive because now they got to talk to real people. It's not just the random person on Xbox Live.
Right.
Right,
Right. And
right.
I think a big part of why, I can name any number of female Overwatch streamers off the top of my head, but none of them are playing in the league, and they're like high level GM top 500 players, right? And I think a big part of why a lot of people don't take that next step to get into professional gaming is because of toxicity in the culture. And so I think that's very important to create a sort of self edit So
Yeah.
you go into a game with a better mindset, and you know that you can't just say some of these like out of pocket things to people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So building that culture, you have to start at the base level. And so as well as like people learning to sort of
Police themselves.
self-regulate,
Yeah.
yeah, to police themselves and to self-regulate, something
Wow.
like that's going to go a long way when you have professionals who are learning about the industry in that way, then going into that industry.
And I
Because
really
if,
like it because it's
yeah.
also people who are going into college. It's like 18-year-olds and things like that. But like they're, I
Mhm.
mean, when we were young, we were awful. Just saying, like like I had to correct a lot of my
No,
behaviors. You know, it's just
Yeah.
growing up. It's a part of growing up, and I think
Yeah.
you guys having that within your program, knowing, hey, this is how you act. You know, from now on, type of thing, and it's just wow, it's amazing. My heart is
Yeah.
like has like
well,
angel
and it's
wings right
amazing,
now.
right?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
It's
really.
another way to welcome in those players who may, like you said, who may be like, I'm a little fearful of going in because of how toxic I know the community can be. And it's like, well, if we start teaching you now to weed that out, eventually the industry is going to follow because it's going to be the people who learned it as they were entering, and this is the way that they created. And it'll go through
Exactly.
multiple levels of iteration. But this is just what happens. I mean, I can see us putting on workshops for middle school students, right? Who
Yeah.
want to play and say, before you start, you have to understand these are the rules, right? These are what's going on. This is the code of conduct. This is what you can do. This is what you can say. This is what you cannot do. And this is what you cannot say. And if you can't abide by this, you can't really be here.
Yeah.
Because as we
Right.
hold up the industry, can't allow the industry to start tearing people down and robbing them of their humanness. We can't do that.
Right.
So true. I actually went to high school. My boyfriend, he went to speak, had a speaking engagement with high school kids and parents, and I believe some middle school kids were there as well because they were connected to a middle school, and they were so they had to like it was a panel, and the parents were so interested in like actual curriculum. So everyone who was on the panel, they asked this question like, so what subject can my kid actually do? And everyone on the panel was like math. And the kids were like this. But all the parents' faces just lit up because, you know, having the curriculum that you could actually tell them like this is going to benefit them this way and so forth is just so important. And I love telling that story because all the kids are like math, like, oh, I got to get on it, because they started talking about win rate and percentage and getting into all those like fun player things because they loved, you know, playing Fortnite and all these other games, but they
Right.
didn't even know there was like statistical cheats that some of these players do and things like that. Like my boyfriend, when he has like a tournament, he's doing a spreadsheet on Windows, on Excel, and I'm like, "What is this?" Like, child, please let me go load up Overwatch. Like, I don't got time.
Right.
I'm casual, so it don't matter. But in closing, tell us about the Coastline Colleges program and how
Yeah.
it's different from others. So yeah.
Right, right. So in the state of California, we don't have the sanctioning, meaning the law to support intercollegiate sanctioned competition. So what
Hmm.
Coastline did is said, well, we're not going to wait for that to show up, right? Because that could take years. That could take 4 years from now in order for the state to say, okay, now esports can participate in competition like a college football team, a basketball team, a baseball team. We don't have time to wait for that. So we decided that we were going to go with the club first. And as we're building the club, we're building the curriculum to support the certifications that students can get. And so with that, then we say, then we'll build the degree. And by the time we get the degree in place, we should already now have the constitution or the legislation that will support the intercollegiate gaming, and then we'll just be ready to go. And hopefully by then, those students who started with us in club competition will then be employable to help us right, run our degree and run the other teams that will come with clubs and be part of the sanction team that now can compete across the state. So that's how we see it. It really is that progression. And so
Yeah.
that's where we are. We're looking to, well, right now Stephanie is running the team and they're finding people to play and, all these different games. And so that's good. And what's super interesting is that I remember I told you that at first, all these white guys told us no, 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 right? But now these white guys are like, well, can we play too? So now I have a group of faculty that want to put teams together to now compete with our students. I have a team of staff members that want to that want to compete against students. They want to compete against faculty. But more importantly, the more we talk about this, the more I can convince other community colleges to start with this model as well. Don't wait for, the money to come with the sanction competition. We can still do intercollegiate club play. We used to call it intramural play when I was in college, right? We can still do intramural play and we can still have students get the exposure, get the experience, and then we can still put them up for scholarships because they're still students within higher education. Just because they're not competing at the sanction level doesn't mean that they don't have the experience to compete at a varsity level and earn a scholarship and play at a university.
Wow, that's amazing.
You know what's funny is that just want to throw this out there. If anybody plays The Sims and has the university pack, esports is a sports team that you can join.
Is it really?
Yeah. Yeah. It takes a
Wow.
lot of time. It takes a lot of time out of your day. So, but yeah, you can join a sports team and esports is one of them. You can join like
Wow.
esports or soccer or something. So
Yeah, I mean,
somebody's thinking about it.
It's gonna be in the Olympics. I mean, we got to get on board now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
we're gonna have our own network. There's gonna be ESPN is gonna be like Esports Positive Network, Esports Network, right? We're just gonna take it over, and that's just really what's gonna happen because we've seen it with other sports,
Yeah.
right? We've seen it. I remember when there were no girls playing soccer. What did you say that?
Yeah, I remember that too.
Right? You just didn't see it, and now please. Everybody's a soccer mom. Everybody. They build cars specifically so you can be a soccer mom. So trust, we will arrive. We will arrive. I mean, people already have the esports arenas all over the place. I mean, we have 3 of them within 50 miles of where I live. I mean, wow.
Yeah.
We're ready.
I think another one is being built.
And they have played the Overwatch League on ESPN, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh yes, so, I know. Yeah. I've seen it.
That was crazy to me. I was like, whoa. And then there were all these like angry sports bros in the Twitter comments when ESPN was tweeting about it, and they were like, what is this? Like they were mad. They were big mad. And I was like,
hey, I mean,
like, all right, it's fine.
The funny thing is it's already popular all over the world. Yeah.
It really is. And it's so popular. And there are so many more people, I think, who physically are capable of participating in esports than are in professional, like, athletic sports that people, the player pool is there. The female player pool is there. The female players of color are there. So we got to get them there. So this is huge though.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, and it's interesting too about the accessibility part. I remember when I was talking to Catherine 2 years ago when we first started talking about this, and I said to her, if this isn't accessible to every single student that we serve, we can't do this. And what I meant by that, I meant students who are learning to speak English, students who have some intellectual disabilities, but they still know they want to play and they want to somehow be a part of something. Our students who are in the active military who need something else to occupy their time and space, their creativity, and drive it that way. And obviously our students of color who tend to stay away from the STEM areas because they think it's not for them. But here is an opportunity where they can actually walk in and say, no, I want to be a part of this. And then, of course, there's the arts. I mean, let me just say this. When the music comes on in these games, I'm always like, yes.
Yes.
Somebody thought about that.
Yeah.
Somebody put that in there. There is a lot of intention. And wherever there is intention, there is a career.
Yeah.
Period.
Period. I was
Yeah.
just gonna say that too. Yeah. Is there anything else you guys want to say, or you want to ask K-pop? I think I got all my questions off. You were such a fantastic guest. I hope we have you
Yes.
back once the program gets going, and you just give us all the updates. I believe next week we have some Overwatch, so I'm not sure if you're fully ready for that yet. But make sure you guys who are watching the stream, make sure you guys follow Esports ECC. Also follow Coastline Community College. They dropped the Twitter in the chat. Dana doesn't have Twitter, y'all. No, Dr. Dana. Dr. Dana doesn't have it, but she says she uses Instagram. So, but yeah, we'll definitely be getting more updates from you. And oh my God, this is just such
definitely, I was gonna say, just for the program at large, make sure if you've enjoyed this chat and any of the future programming, make sure you're following the Esports CCP Twitch channel. And the Twitter account. Yes. And the Instagram.
Yes. Hit the follow button right now on Twitch, because we're going to be here each week. We're going to give you all the good content of high school, collegiate. We're going to have some tournaments. I believe we are going to do some casual ones as well. And we want you guys to be involved. We want you to tell your friends and family members, because especially if you have high school children in your family and things like that, see if this is something they are interested in. Especially if they're women, because sometimes it's really hard to talk about it openly. So, anything else you would like to say, Dean, Dr. Dana Emerson?
You know, I'm hoping that at some point, some of the people that that work with my team, like I said, I have an all-female team that is doing this at the college. Maybe we can get some of them here to kind of just talk about it, to give a different perspective as well, because a lot of them are gamers. Awesome. And they see it differently. You know, I see it from the curriculum standpoint, because I want people educated. I want them to have a certification, and I want them to be employed. But they see it differently, because they're in it. Yeah. And so then, bringing people in is just another way of seeing it in ways that I probably just can't. And so I'm just hoping that happens. And I'm hoping that we get more and more women just interested. I don't care if you game or not, but if you have an interest, then tune in, right? Step in, lean in, do whatever, because there is probably some part of this industry that has your name on it. And the only way you're going to know is to walk through that door, cross that threshold, and say, I'm ready. I'm not afraid. I'm ready.
Yep. All right. Also, congratulations to, is her name Caucasian? Oh, wow.
like the Australian, what is it? It's like a wombat. Yeah.
Congrats! You won a Corsair mouse. Congratulations! Oh my God! So we're gonna let Dean. I keep forgetting the Dean. Dr. Dana Emerson go. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much. Happy Friday, everyone.
So
much. And peace. Enjoy your weekend. Be safe. Be sane. Be well.
Yep. All right. K-pop, did you still want to play some Mario Kart? I don't know if you wanted to play.
I mean,
but that was just such a riveting conversation, and so amazing. And again, we're surprised, right? Like,
I mean, there's so much that goes into getting women and specifically women of color into gaming, because I think when we talk about just like, oh well, where are all the players, if there's so much to break down about the equity of esports and how there is really the focus on PC gaming, where that falls in terms of financial accessibility, because like you said, if I had told my mom that I was like, oh, I really want to go in for like an HP Omen gaming rig. I want an Alienware gaming rig. She would have been like, so here's the family computer. You have the Sims on it. What are you talking about? You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
such a different financial leap. So, you've got to break down the money, you've got to break down the culture,
Yeah.
the social aspects. Because, like I said, I think a lot of female gamers grow up not knowing a lot of other female gamers. And it might be different now that
Yeah.
more and more people are playing multiplayer games because you just naturally will meet other
Yeah.
people
You would
online,
think.
especially. Because I know, like, if you're growing up in the area where, like, multiplayer was like a LAN party thing and people were
Yeah. Oh
just
my
playing
God.
like just now like, oh hey, we're gonna get online and play Halo because like the first Xbox dropped when I was like 13 or something. No, I was like 11. I don't know, I just remember in middle school all my male friends were like, oh yeah, we're gonna get together and we're gonna play Halo, we're playing Halo online, da, 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 da. I was just like,
Yeah.
okay, you know what I mean? It's just
Yeah.
it's
See,
as
I
far as finding
experienced that
like,
because my
yeah,
brothers, though, and a lot of the times for female gamers, it's either we got into it because we were interested in just games, or we had
right.
like some type of male like where it wasn't like as bad because I feel like if I told my mom before like, hey, I want this game or whatever, but they would only play sports game and I would buy all the other games.
Well, that
Yeah.
was the thing, yeah, because I grew up just always interested in playing video games, and
Yeah.
it was completely separate from whether or not my cousins were playing, and everybody had this console or that console, but I just grew up loving video games, and so my mom was like, okay, there's a thing you're into, whatever, got me a PlayStation, got me, and so that was great,
Yep.
but in terms of like, oh yeah, that's a fun hobby. When you talk about turning things like that into a career, I was just having this conversation, I think like at Christmas with a family friend slash cousin who her son, who is like 9,
Oh wow.
he wants to be a professional player and he's good. He plays Fortnite and he's very good. And so she was talking about, well, I mean, is this like a really a thing that I should let him pursue and yada yada
Wow.
yada. And so I was talking to her about it. I was like, if you can get people like, especially like I said, he's like 9,
Yeah.
and it's like when you look at a lot of pro players, there are age stipulations, um, but a lot of them are kids who got in early.
Really, yeah.
There were, pros joining the league where they had been signed to teams but couldn't yet play, but they
Yeah.
were big hyped names in the Overwatch community. They just
Wow.
couldn't play in the league because they weren't even 18 yet. I can name a couple of them off the top of my head who were like waiting in the wings, signed to,
Yeah.
because everybody was wondering about those players. They were like, oh, what team is this player going to go to? Because he's legendary. You know
But
what I mean?
now he was the underage.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. They
But
were
now
like,
he can
so,
play, and it's so good to have that
yeah.
development. But
Yeah.
hopefully he
And
like was
so,
super prepared for that too.
oh, I'm sure because
Yeah.
like I think he was allowed to practice with the team the entire time. He just wasn't allowed to like play
Wow.
professionally. Um
That's awesome.
and so well, either way, what are you going to say that they can't just like hop online and play with the guy, like, I mean, there's no way to really regulate that. But either
True.
way, but yeah, I mean, people are getting into it very young, getting into it early. So seeing these high school players, college players ready to go, because when you look at the league, like
Yeah.
the people who are of age playing like in the Overwatch League are 20. So, you know what I mean? So, I think
They're so
the
young. Yeah.
initiative is it's so good and it's so important.
Yeah, and we don't really
So,
have standards, even in like, I mean, unless you're doing legal or accounting, something where it's like super like professional, because even those jobs ended up being like interchangeable with people who, did like legal work and things like that.
yeah,
But like the other stuff, like I mean, even hosting gigs and things like this, a lot of this stuff is just through networking, experience and things like that. So to have like a
yeah,
certificate or something to say like, hey, I have this experience, like you kind of get through a lot of gatekeeping, especially as women.
yeah, yeah,
Because you have that experience, people don't feel like, you're just like talking through your butt or something when you're like, hey, I can do this. Like you
Yeah.
have it on paper as well, and you probably get a reel out of it. You know, like you could just
Yeah.
imagine, you know,
Well,
just
I
having
think
all those tools.
well, especially when you go into a graduate program, let's say, a
Mm-hmm.
big thing that people promise in master's programs is career assistance.
Yeah.
You get placed somewhere for your thesis, for your practicum. And so I think a program like this is going to go a long way in like physically getting people into those places where, you know what I mean? It'll be like, hey, here's an opportunity that we have with such and such
Yep.
for our prepared students. You know what I mean? Something like that is super important. And I'm excited to see how that unfurls, you know? I
Yeah.
mean, that's it. I don't know. It's so important to have that in colleges because that's such a huge part of that experience is, you know, the
Yeah.
career.
All right. Let me set up for this Mario Kart. I don't know if I have you added.
Maybe not.
You can find me on Twitter, but if
Let me
not,
see.
hold on. We're gonna be playing some Mario Kart, chat. We're gonna keep it as PG as possible. um,
Let me get my
yeah. Let me make sure I can
monitor
do
going.
this. It might look a little bit funny, chat. So give me a second. All right. Don't worry about that. For that. For that. Let's see if it turns on. I forgot I'm display capturing, so 1 second.
Okay.
Let's do this and oh, go back to the intermission. There we go. Oh yeah, okay. I could have sworn I went on like your Animal Crossing island or something.
I thought so. I'm scrolling through my
It's this alley cat, so
it's so funny because everybody's always in each other's Twitch chats or on Twitter or whatever. I am never sure who I'm following and not following. Like I have no idea. Let me see.
yeah, sometimes I don't know either. I'm like, wait.
Let me
Okay.
see. Ah, found you. Send friend request.
Oh, did you find me on Twitter?
Yeah.
Of course you did. No, it's cool. It's cool. All right, give us 1 second, chat. We're gonna be back. They have an intermission screen right now. I know you could hear us. We're just trying to set up the game.
Oh, Nick from Hawaii said he misses his GameCube. You should see well, I'll show it when the camera's back up, but I have
Yeah.
my GameCube, my Princess Peach GameCube controller out
Oh,
right now.
must be nice.
It was on sale or clearance or whatever at GameStop.
Really?
hmm I went into GameStop. Man, okay, you know the whole one does not just walk into Mordor. Like you don't walk into a GameStop. Like, you know, back when people walked into stores or whatever, but like yeah, I went in there to like pre-order some games this spring and I did that, but I also bought two controllers from my Switch and then like
Wow.
another game. I was like, all right, well,
Not another game.
yeah, I don't even remember what it was. My backlog is gross. My backlog is so bad. I didn't used to be like this about like my single player jam, but like
You, me. Okay, I'm gonna try to find a nice spot for both of us. I added you, by the way, so you could join into the game, and I'll like make sure.
oh, okay, I see you. Let me get into the game. Doo.
Side by side. But thank you everybody who's in chat, by the way, and you stuck around for the interview and just an amazing first podcast or amazing Hive stream, I should say. It's not the first Hive stream, but
Right.
it was a really enlightening
Yeah.
experience, to say the least, I should say, because I actually didn't like so Catherine kind of just set us up with questions and things, and then we kind of got a briefing. And then once we started talking and just hearing everything, that she was, it was just like so amazing because, it's about time, I feel like, for us to like get these type of things going, especially for women and for this industry. I think this should be okay. Let me see. I hope it's not too. Tell me if this is too small, chat. Okay, when I switch it. I'm trying to make this as cute as possible. Okay. Okay. All right.
Let me figure out.
Okay. Hopefully we can hear. Oh. I'm like, you guys can't hear the game, can you?
That's what just occurred to me. I was like, wait, how am I gonna hear it?
Oh, are you playing on handheld? Not fair.
No.
Yeah. Oh.
No. I have my monitor. I just put my switch on my monitor.
Yeah.
Because like my mic is my headset. I'm like.
Oh yeah.
Okay, wait. Let me see. Let me try something.
Is that okay? We never like to prepare since free flow chat is more fun. Hey, Sed. Hey, Shell. Welcome, chatters.
Sed, what's up? Oh no, Nick from Hawaii. I saw what I meant was because I too like to walk into stores, but what I meant was, the last time I went to GameStop to pick up a game that I pre-ordered prior to quarantine, 5 people at a time are allowed in the store. So that's what I mean. But people don't really walk in the store. It was so funny because like I probably 2 weeks before like quarantine hit, I pre-ordered 2 games that were coming out in May and in June. And then it was like, okay, well, let me go pick up these games that I already bought. I was like, well, all right, cool, great.
Okay. How is the stream okay, chat? Let me know. I can see you now.
Let me see if I can plug. So this monitor I'm working with is the because I usually play on my TV. This monitor I have is the monitor that like my job sent me.
Ooh.
So I'm like,
hey.
Outlet. So I'm like, oh, is there like a headphone jack? Because.
All right.
Because that would be.
We can just go with the plebs. Do you like regional or worldwide?
Whichever. Let me just see if I can get the headset in here. So.
Sorry for coming late. You're good, Nick. It's totally okay. We had such an amazing stream.
Oh yeah. Is the replay gonna be up for what, like 2 weeks?
I
like
hope
the usual?
So.
Let me see if this will work. It may not be. We might have to MacGyver and stuff.
And he's on Hawaiian time.
Oh, okay. There we go. Okay, so here's what we did. We got my earphone and my monitor.
Hey, D. Morel. Yes, welcome everybody. We're going to be playing some Mario Kart. This is K-pop's choice, okay? All right. I'm going to do regional because I don't think I'm ready for worldwide.
Oh, yeah. That's what you meant. That's right.
Yeah.
No. It's like...
Why do I have big wheels? What is happening? I'm really bad at this game, so...
I have not actually played Mario Kart in quite a while.
Same. I'm like, it's probably going to be a terrible thing.
But so what do we want? Online play?
I went on regional. Oh, I think it's starting. Oh no.
Regional. Let me see. Here, I'm logging in because I was like getting my monitor together.
No, take your time. I think I have to finish this race. I should have made you go in first. But there's room, so you could definitely get in.
Oh, here we go. Join. Let's go.
Ew, did you just say my entire name? I said D. Morel, didn't I? Where they do that at? Oh, I say D, right? I'm sorry. We're gonna hang out this weekend because I'm moved. I can't wait for more Hive streams. we're gonna do, some of them are gonna be like tournaments and things like that. Some are just gonna be like podcast format. You can talk to people who are not only working with ECCP, but they have like experience, you know. K-pop will be here when she can. We were like, they were like, who did you want to ask? And I was like, we could ask K-pop because she's pretty cool and pretty easygoing. I'm so bad at this, but somehow I'm in 4, so it works out.
I am now spectating. I joined up with yours, so I'll be in the next one.
I don't know if D wants to play, because I know he's on my friends list.
Yeah, I mean, whoever's...
Yeah, if you guys want to play, you guys could join, I guess. We could have did some free lobbies. But... Oh, now I'm in the 11. Okay, this is horrible. Okay. Sorry, it's a new monitor. I gotta come up with some excuse. I'm in the 11th now. This is sadness. This is...
Oh, no!
Sadness. No, it's okay. I'm terrible. It's been a while, so I'm just like getting used to the pretty colors. Okay, so who's on the Esports ECP Twitch account? Is that Bayou? Bayou's the technical genius. Yes. Okay.
Oh.
Okay. So, what are we doing next week? Do we know for sure, or are we still planning? Because we could do some Mario Kart.
I think next week she did mention Overwatch is happening.
Yeah,
but I'm
Overwatch.
not sure yet what is happening that night for me, so I gotta double check. But yeah, on the GameCube thing, if you can see it in the camera, this is my
Oh, that's so cute.
GameCube controller.
Goodness.
For it's not like an original GameCube controller. It's made for the Switch, but it's like in the format of, because like playing Smash, all the elite are like GameCube controller or nothing, and I was like,
wait,
right.
Did you get in? Oh, is this you with the purple lipstick?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. I knew you were fabulous. Right? It's so cute. Wait, can you show it again? Okay, let me not do that. Oh my god. You know, my birthday's coming up.
I mean, I didn't know this existed, and then
K-pop is official with that controller, right?
Saw it. Well, okay, so like on the whole Switch thing, I've never been a Nintendo person. I've always like everybody's played Mario Kart or whatever. Mm-hmm. I didn't really learn to play Smash until I got a Switch. Like,
Same. I didn't play it either. I played, but I didn't like continuously play. Like, you know, if you have like your own type of thing, it was only if like I went to my cousins. I played it like once or twice, but I didn't get to. The funny thing is, today we went to my boyfriend's thing to get some of his extra stuff that he left, and he actually has Melee and a couple other GameCube games.
Oh wow!
And I'm like, you don't have a GameCube? This is just such a missed opportunity. Ooh, I just red shell someone for it to be karma. Okay, whatever. All right.
Oh no, I messed up my job.
Oh no, me too.
Okay.
Oh, I recovered.
Jesus. Oh god. Yeah. But yeah, so learning to play, like everybody kept saying, because I do have a few friends who are, I totally messed up. I do have a few friends who are like heavy into Smash, and they were like, you gotta play on a GameCube controller. You gotta play on a GameCube controller. So yeah, like, all right, let me get a GameCube controller. I also bought the Pro controller, but I've never used it because I like the GameCube controller a lot.
I don't know what controller I have. I just want one. What place are you in? Is this you next to me? Okay.
Probably.
Okay. Oh, I'm 5th.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no.
I'm doing much better than I thought. Maybe it's knowing that I'm not on my channel. Oh, wow. That was so trifling. Okay.
Leave no trace behind. Right.
Yeah. Just delete the VOD. Take the clips and delete the VOD.
Delete the VOD. I was never sure. No, it's funny. I have streamed Smash on my channel once.
Wow.
And I was like, yeah, never again. Because I'm not a fan of, like, when you're playing a game like... Oh, I messed that up. I'm not a fan of when you're playing a game like that, randoms coming in, because there's always somebody who thinks he's Sonic Fox just destroying everybody, and then it's not fun.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
You know, so I don't really... Oh, God, I messed up there. Well, whatever. Yeah, so I don't really play, like, Smash on my channel, but, we do play sometimes over on Dips. You know Dip, right?
Yeah, Dip Gaming, yeah.
So he'll have he's big in Nintendo.
Oh, yeah. He does, like, Smash Nights and things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll play on Smash Nights sometimes. And they were doing Mario Kart on the last, like, battle night. I just hadn't bought it yet, so...
Oh.
It was, like, last minute. I was just, like, popping in to lurk, but...
Hey, Mario Kart is fun.
Oh, it's super. Yeah. That's the thing I've always liked.
I like it, but I lose a lot. Like, it took me a long time to learn what drifting was, because I'm not good at it. And, like, even now, I'm, like, barely doing minimum.
You know what it is? It's like you play with your friends, and you're like, ooh,
no.
I'm big and bad.
No! I'm sorry. I just lost 4th place. I'm so upset. I'm 5th.
Well, if it makes you feel better, I'm 10th. So, there we go.
Then you guys can have to... Wait, what? Wait, what is Bayou saying? Wait! Don't give her ideas. You guys have to compete in our first Smash tournament in December. I thought I was commentating it.
No.
K-pop is probably better. You see her fancy controller? Like, don't include me.
I bought the controller because it was cute, and
That's true.
like Princess Peach, and they told me to get a GameCube controller to learn how to play.
You're part of the pre-show now. Oh Lord. Oh, why are you telling people this? He's like, Allie used to host the whole fight night. She's ready for this. Oh gosh, no. Oh my goodness.
You know what's funny? When I was in high school, I thought I was great at fighting games, and then like as soon as you play people you don't know, you're like, oh, I'm terrible.
You're horrible. Yeah.
It's so bad. I thought I knew how to play Soul Calibur really well, and it turns out I don't. So,
oh no.
There's that.
I thought that about Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat. Like I wasn't so bad on like, what are we up to? I think we're up to 11. I wasn't bad on 10. But
was it up to Mortal Kombat? Yeah, it's up to 11, I think. Yeah.
Is it 11? Yeah. I wasn't too bad on 10. No, not 10. I think it was 9. I don't even remember at this point.
I have a friend who did QA for 10.
Wow.
Because NetherRealm is
they just gonna bump me out the way like I didn't matter, chat. That's crazy.
Oh god. Yeah, people are just like moving me. And
oh my. Wow, I see cake in front of me. Wow, at least we'll just watch Cake Pop take this course. Yeah? Oh, we're fittingly on the Luigi's map, I think.
Yeah, this is Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah. I was thinking about doing it for October because, you know, the whole Halloween theme things. But...
Just like the whole game Luigi's Mansion?
Yeah, because I didn't get to play the recent one. Oh, no.
Oh,
I just totally... Oh, ow! Okay, Brittany, thank you. Oh my god, it's savage in here.
I love this map, though. It's so cool. I love... Something that's been really cool, because I've always loved Mario Kart stages. Mm-hmm. Something that's so cool as the actual Nintendo tech progresses is how much cooler the stages get. And it's the same stage. It's like Luigi's Mansion, Bowser's Castle, Rainbow Road, but it you know, something like this where it's winding up and down, this literally wasn't possible before, so I'm just like... Because what's funny is I've played other people's Mario Kart. Like, I've never owned this game.
Really? Oh, wow. Yeah, I think I had the N64 one, but when I say me, I meant like my brothers or something. Like
you know what it was? I had the N64.
Oh, I got a bullet.
On a PC emulator.
What?
And I learned how to play it on a PC emulator, and then when we had an actual Mario Kart tournament, I was like in there, and it totally played the same. And nobody else knew how to play Rainbow Road except me.
Yeah, wait, come back. Man.
Oh god. Oh, the bullet.
Brittany doesn't want to see me win. Oh, not another bullet. Oh.
None of these people want to see either of us win because I'm struggling as well. I am back in 10th place.
Oh. Wait. Oh, I got you. Bye, Freddy.
The thing about Mario Kart that's so funny is that it's just like...
It turns your friends into your enemies? Yeah. I'm kidding.
That too.
It just gets you super competitive.
It's
like,
so competitive.
Even though it's like, I guess it's like marketed as like a kid-friendly type of game. This game has made people so mad. It's like, I feel like any Mario game makes people mad.
It does. Well, that was better. I came in 7th. That's what's funny about Nintendo is that the people who are Nintendo stands almost are like die-hard Nintendo players, and they are hardcore. The packaging is always very. I've just been clicking random stages. I haven't been like purposely choosing anything. But it's funny because like all the people I know who are like die-hard Nintendo, or who like care the most, are adults who grew up with Nintendo. So there's just a lot of really serious Smash players and really intense Mario Kart players, and it's so funny because the visuals of Nintendo have always been really cute. And like.
Yeah, and don't talk about Mario Party. It's a good thing they didn't make it online.
No. I hated. That's the one thing again because you know what it was growing up. I never really had a Nintendo console except for like the GameCube Advance. So when it came down to like playing with other people, I was always playing when I was hanging out with my friends. I hated Mario Party. I hated Mario Party so much. Oh my god! But I always liked Mario Kart. So.
I don't think I would qualify even in a Smash tournament. I wouldn't even. I would have to use Kirby, and they would just laugh at me.
Right, I have my like one super confident character, and then others that I'm like learning and getting better
Ali's
with.
Agent DeMaril already got you covered. Oh lord, I just drove into the wall because of the reading chat.
Oh god.
Oh no, I was in 3rd place. Well, it's all
okay.
good.
This baby Bowser keeps running into me, and I'm not here for it.
Yeah. Oh wait.
Oh, no.
That's crazy. Now, you guys, make sure you guys follow the Twitter for Esports ECCP. You'll get a lot of the updates, especially on the tournaments. Everybody's just working really hard to do things for Catherine. Shout out to Catherine. She was even on a meeting while we were
for sure
doing our interview and things. So she's always like multitasking and looking for ideas, and they're going to be having a lot of things coming up on the channel. So follow the Twitch channel, follow the Twitter channel. And you can also follow me in K-pop.
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm in 1st, but yeah, I don't know. I think it's like 50 CCP or something. Like,
oh, okay. Because I am comfortably in my 10th area.
I'm like, this is so slow. What is happening?
Oh, that's what it is. I usually play like 100 or 150. I was like, we are cruising.
You can play. Wait, is 100? I don't know. They have like a really high one that zooms.
I saw that like added one. That's new to like this Mario Kart, I think.
Yeah.
What is this? I don't know about that. Oh.
You know, why can't I do this when I'm on my own channel? Just saying. Like, the way I'm squinting my eyes, like, what is happening?
Serious. It's so serious.
Like, I'm showing out for you guys. Clip this by you. I'm kidding.
Oh, my God. Oh, no, this Yoshi has the... No!
Oh, man. This is
I used
so
to be way
weird.
better at drifting. That's what it is. I used to be way better at drifting.
Maybe it's my new monitor.
Oh my
This
God.
is, I don't know what is happening.
Come on,
Ow!
there's an
Not a
upgrade
red
there.
shell. Wait a minute. Oh God, is it almost the end? Oh my God, I won.
Oh my God. No! I gotta figure out my car or something.
We have SSB Fun Play during the Friday stream. It's definitely the new monitor. It has to be. You couldn't see anything on that dinosaur. Don't drag me. This is not my channel. By the way, welcome everybody to this stream. I'm Baxo Alley Cat, and above me you can see is K-pop plays. It really looks like you were looking down. I don't know what you were looking at.
Oh, I was looking at the. I have the. Oh, whoops. I was looking at the chat because I have Twitch up on my phone.
Oh yeah, it's like the Brady Bunch.
I know.
But yeah, K-pop is co-hosting with me today, and she is so amazing. A really great commentator. Oh yeah, I really wanted to talk to you. I could kind of interview you now because I wasn't familiar with you commentating. Have you ever commentated anything other than Overwatch, or was Overwatch like?
That night was literally the first time I've commentated anything.
What? You were such good color. No, I'm not even by you. Back me up on this. Would you she was literally the color commentator, and for you guys who don't know what a color commentator really is, it's someone with all the information about the game, right? And she was just so good and insightful.
Ooh. I mean, it's okay. Here's what it is. It's the fact that it was Overwatch. Because if all you have to do is talk about the game, I can talk about Overwatch for a very long time.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, Although, no, you know what? Like, not in any official sense, but some of those Smash nights on Dip's channel when I'm not playing, sometimes I'll just sit in the Discord chat and talk about what's happening.
Yeah, you have to practice somehow, and for a lot of us, it's live gameplay or even streaming or just talking about, what we're seeing or doing. Like, hey, you could have done this mix up better, or, we just casually talk about it. I mean, that goes into, I'm on the...
Oh God, I ran directly into that green shell, a goose.
I'm just sending red shells for losers. Eat that, Jaden. All right. Back and forth, chat. I'm sorry. I swear you made me look so good because Catherine and Bayou were probably like, who is this professional esports commentator girl Alley Cat got? Because we were just so blown away.
I guess well, thank you. I'm very flattered by that. I guess it happens to be in my skill set. I don't know.
That's good.
it's just there. So.
No, it's amazing. I mean, that's the joy of loving video games, right? We learn about it. We get in depth about it. I mean, even from when I was younger, I remember going to GameSpot and I forgot what IGN was before it was IGN, and those gaming sites and just learning about the game and reading up about it. Yeah, you couldn't tell it was her first time. See?
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah. No, honestly, it's just I have spent a disgusting amount of time playing Overwatch. I have
Rainbow Road.
I have literal thousands of hours in Overwatch. So it's just if you're sitting there talking about the game,
Look, I have hours in Overwatch, okay? That means nothing. You have to really no, but you were amazing. You and Black Crystal. Black Crystal did amazing.
That's the part. Black Crystal, amazing. That is the part that just my brain, I don't think takes thoughts to words that quickly, because that's the challenge of such a fast-paced game like Overwatch, just being able to say play by play what's actually happening. I was just
yeah, and reminder, we were all in our different homes. We weren't together or anything. We were watching through someone else's view, and it was all remote, and it went so smoothly. Also, the production was really amazing. Our production team that we had behind the scenes, they were so nice to us, and it was just really cool. And I'm really glad that we got to do that. I mean,
yeah, that was cool. It was very cool.
That was definitely a highlight of my 2020, to be honest.
Who is this Peach who immediately bumped into me for no reason? You weren't even in front of me.
Wow. Sense the salt. And it's not on the Cheez-It that I'm eating.
Oh, I missed it.
We get so sucked into Mario Kart, like, all the time. It's so addicting.
Yes.
Because
if you... That's, like, the challenge of streaming multiplayer games in general, especially, like, with Overwatch. It's like, sometimes I'm like, okay, chat, I'll look when I can, but, like, it's so frantic.
Yeah. And, we're looking to get more sponsors for the Hive and things. So make sure you guys hit up Esports CCD. Also, if you guys have any questions, you guys could ask in the chat. Oh!
Oh god. Oh god. Okay.
But we're really excited. This is just the first stream. I'm glad it went off really well. Yeah. Little glitches here and there, but for the most part, it was really amazing and smooth. Oh no! Somebody took my red shell. Oh, he bumped into me, right? Oh, why am I in 7th?
Oh god.
Oh, not ink! Not ink! Somebody has like the infinity thing, and I know they're about to red shell me. Like,
oh my god, these red shell. Yeah, everybody is just like.
Oh, I got a blue shell. Yes, get rid of him. I'm sorry, that was so mean. I'm like, get rid of him. Oh yeah.
Well, what else is a blue shell for? You gotta.
6.
Oh no.
And it was phenomenal. It was also the first time you guys cast it together. It was. You're so right. Yeah. And shout out to all the members from my community coming over. I appreciate you guys. I remember, I don't know if it was when we did the Hive stream. What was the other stream that I did? And my community came over and we were giving out the giveaway was like Xbox and things like that. And I remember just looking in the chat and it's like members of my community winning. And I'm like, oh my God, they're in here winning. It wasn't Rocket League. It was League of Legends.
I have never actually seen League of Legends played. I've never seen it.
Really?
All I know is the KDA music video. That's my jam. I know that much.
Oh, wow.
That's another experience. Game. You want to talk about like an insular community or like a, toxic community. That's a game that I've heard so many negative things about that I just never
it's not
bothered
as bad.
with it. But I'm interested. Like the game itself is interesting because I think MOBAs are interesting. So I would like to see more League of Legends played because I actually know a few people who play it. You know what I mean? But I've just never gotten into it myself. So that's probably the next thing that I would check out.
You should play with them because, I mean, that's how I play, kind of. Which I suck at it. I'm nowhere near good. And I only care about, like, 3 characters.
I know. That was my thing. I was like, you know what? If I ever did play League of Legends, I would main this succubus girl from the KDA video, and I wouldn't apologize for it.
And, like, I don't know. I usually just get carried by my friends who are really good. Boo Magic is in the chat. He could attest to me being really bad because he's really good at the game. Oh my God. And I would like beg them. I'm like, please just join the match or whatever. And then I'll try to get like a full squad together. This way I can just pick Misfortune and just like be a lame in one of the lanes. Meanwhile, they're doing like all the hard work and doing jungle and all the cool stuff, and I'm like, pew pew, I'm Misfortune.
Oh my God.
Oh God, Lord, League.
Well, part of it too is like, I would eventually love like a full PC gaming setup because I don't really PC game because of that. Because the computer that I have is not about that life.
The time is now, K-pop. The time is now because I don't know if you're more controller or if you don't mind the mouse and keyboard, but a lot of games are now like controller support are way better than what it usually was because they never used to put in like, what's the word? Like the auto aim type of thing, correction and things like that. Where it's not like automatically, just aiming at the thing, but it's more realistic to a controller. So now games nowadays are making it more realistic to a controller. So you get like the same kind of feel as if you were, on a keyboard, or you're not as bad off as you would think you would be,
Well, I would love. That's the thing. I want to learn mouse and keyboard. I actually bought a copy.
Because you don't.
I bought Overwatch for PC, but my computer can't run it. Yeah. I would like to learn it on PC because I think it would be so different, Yeah. But I definitely, my computer hates it.
Oh, you got 7. Do you get plus for 7? You do, right?
I don't think so. I mean, 7th is my consistent place here. Let's see.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, I don't like any of these. Twisted Man. Oh, the Disco Dome. Electro Dome. PC further away. Yeah, PC gaming is fun. I mean, I just upgraded my monitor and I realized I was on a crappy monitor for a couple years, so it's just been really much better. But yeah, we got about
the main
15 more minutes. Yeah.
I mean, the main thing that I want to play on PC, I just want the Sims to run better. Because my Sims games are laggy. That's the main thing. I don't even care about aiming that much.
Yeah.
But I definitely, But just in general, to have a better PC setup. I mean, I need a new computer anyway. Mine is just,
my hands don't know how to operate a mouse and keyboard. Gave up on that last. Hey, now you don't have to. I think it's a nice transition happening with gaming. Because especially with crossplay, they kind of
oh yeah, huge.
Yeah, so it's really amazing. So yeah, next week we'll probably, hopefully we could get the teams in order, but if anything, it'll be Overwatch, and we'll have another cool guest for you guys, if anything.
I think just on the whole controller thing, I've seen accessibility discussions about people having carpal tunnel issues with controllers. So there's that as well. But
yeah, and now they have controllers for the disabled, which makes it more accessible for them, which is so cool because everybody should be able to game. That's something I believe in.
Yeah, for sure.
You should be able to game and be able to be, thrive in this space, no matter, Oh God! Was that you?
Yeah.
Oh my! Oh, Kate! That must have been Sid. I'm not gonna say you hit me with a shell, but
what happened?
I don't know. I got hit with a shell, so I was gonna assume it was you, but then I saw Sid.
I did not have a shell just now. I have a star, and I'm still in 10th place, but that's.
I'm in 5th. I don't know how I'm doing so good. I'm literally 12th queen.
Maybe it is the monitor then. I don't know.
Yeah, it's really smooth. I have a running joke that it's so smooth that it's activating my vertigo. It's setting off my vertigo, which is a real thing. There have been a couple games that I played, and I get dizzy, or I ended up having to sit on the ground because I got nauseous. God of War was one of them. Because it was water. Yeah. And yeah, a lot of times it's in desert areas and stuff like that. Desert. Sorry. My E's and my O's and my A's are really funny. I'm Caribbean, okay?
You know what's funny? I've talked to people who just watching people play Overwatch. Mercy is really disorienting.
Really?
Because she, if you and I realized this after the fact, as I was playing Mercy, I was really just looking at what that gameplay looks like, and once you really learn how to play Mercy, and you're spinning around a lot, it's a lot of just and people were, and I was like, oh yeah, I can't. It wasn't anybody that I knew particularly, but they were just in the chat.
No! How dare you! Oh my god!
Whatever just happened was not me because I am in 12th place.
They sold me on first. I got second.
No!
I'm sorry.
Oh my god. I love how many times I've gotten a star and just cannot get out of like a last place.
Wow, don't laugh at me. I try console, but I can't figure that out. You know the funny thing? Okay, so I have Overwatch. So me and K-pop were talking because we thought we could do Overwatch, but I don't have it like installed or anything, but I would have installed it if you wanted to play on PlayStation. But I started Overwatch on PlayStation. And everybody I knew literally had it on PC for some reason.
Oh, yeah.
And I felt so left out, but I was so happy to just to have Overwatch that we ended up having like our own friend group to play Overwatch on PS4. And it was so fun. But when I got it on PC, I could never go back to it on PS4.
Yeah.
It was just like, this is so slow. This is so slow. But it was really great because when I switched to PC, I started learning different characters. So
that's something that I really, because there are some characters that I have my eye on. If when I get my like.
Ooh, which characters?
I want to, because I'm a functional Ashe.
Yeah.
On PS4.
Oh.
Functional to like competent at least. But oh my god, playing her on PC sounds like the most satisfying thing in the world.
Wow.
I love that character so much. So characters like that are like single shot and not so much with the spread and tracking, because that's fine for me. But like single shot characters like Ashe and McCree, I think would be really fun.
Oh, so you're a shooter.
So
Cake Pop is a shooter. If you play a shooter on PC, you can't ever go back. It's so rough. Hopefully this next gen changes all that. True.
I'm hoping. I'm really hoping.
Yeah. The rumor for Overwatch is that they're doing like a BlizzCon thing in February, and that the beta for Overwatch 2 will be available around then.
That is what I heard as well. Because they dropped, and if it's a 2-month beta, like they dropped Overwatch 1 in April of the year that it came to 2016.
Whoa.
So,
yeah, I was like, what is it? Who chose Wario Stadium?
I don't know, because I voted for Moon Moon Farms.
But yeah. Oh, also Corsair is going to be sponsoring, I believe, a couple weeks of the Hive stream. So, you guys, if you guys didn't win that mouse, by the way, congratulations to the winner of the mouse. Make sure you come back next week for another chance to win.
Yeah.
I mean, they're pretty good. Oh man, somebody stole that double box from me. I don't like that. Oh no, not the mud. Oh my god, I got wrecked. I'm in 12 now.
Oh my god, I'm trying to mind these corners. Oh
wow, I just saw you drive off.
No, I'm on it. There's a couple of peaches in here, so.
Oh, okay. I thought that was you. I was like, what? Oh man. Who has a bullet? This is not okay.
Now the bullet is me.
Wow. Wow, I keep missing every mystery box. This is not okay. No, I can't lose points. Not like this. Oh, come on. Give me the double box. Yes. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. I'm trying to hit this bullet and it won't hit. No! Oh! I am. No. You know what? But thank you guys. I keep thanking everybody because I'm so grateful for just this opportunity and to be able to work with Esports, ECCP. in any capacity.
Very cool.
It might drop before then, but I ain't saying nothing. Oh yeah, okay. Activision Insider right there. Listen, they don't know your real name. Only I do.
Oh.
Wait, when you say before, so it's before February? Like a December? I heard December.
Whoa.
But
That seems weird though, because Blizzard loves their BlizzCon thing. So I'm like,
isn't BlizzCon November, or did they just push it back?
annually it is in November, but because of like COVID and everything, it's gonna be like a February, like a digital thing. Like we just had the BBMAs last week, and that's normally in like April.
Dang, from first to the worst, y'all are mean to me today.
Wow, hateful. Meanwhile, I have 980 points, so let's not talk about who's the worst. Literally the worst. 980 points, me.
Yeah, next week we'll have alerts. So if you guys are following or anything to the channel, thank you so much. I forgot to ask Bayou for the Streamlabs alerts thing, because I know she has it and I completely forgot. But yeah, I'm gonna also stop snacking. I forgot the same mushroom.
Oh my god, that kind of thing is never, I always like eat on stream, drink on stream. I was muting myself when I was eating boba during the interview. Like.
You have to though, because like sometimes you just need that extra pick me up and eating.
The amount of red shells that just occurred. Oh my god.
Oh. I'm in third, so I don't know where.
In the mid, like I'm like right in the middle again, and
oh, I got another red shell. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, bye me. I don't know if that's gonna reach her. Oh, this will reach you.
Let me see.
Oh no. I don't know what the short route is.
Never do I.
I think this is the long route. Yep, I'm falling out of place right now. Ooh, but mystery box.
Oh god.
I'm in 6. I went from 4th to 6th. How, Sway? Oh, bullet.
And I went from 7 to 4th, so I don't know what's going on.
Oh. No! Why does somebody else have a bullet with me? Oh, that's Cake Pop! Oh, man. I'm like, no! Now I'm in 5th. Oh, man. Everybody got a star or something. Oh, another bullet. Okay. We'll take it.
Get another bullet.
I don't know.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're so lucky. Hi, Cake Pop. Oh!
Oh, no.
Who did? Was that you?
No.
Oh,
I'm tiny.
the way I scream because I'm just like, no way.
Oh.
I don't know which way is the short route. I'm just guessing. I'm guessing it's not this one either. Oh no.
I was on this one, and then suddenly I like went up three places. So
I think it's left. I don't know.
I think so. That's probably
because I went left, right. Oh Lord. I don't even see anyone. Right. I just hear people.
Everybody went left because we did not. There's somebody.
I'm sending red shells to slow them down. Oh, this is the final one now. The final turn. 3rd, not too bad. Are you behind me?
Right behind you. 4th this time.
Yay! Yay! Look at that. Look at that.
Oh my god.
Boba. I know. My boyfriend's mom actually asked me if I want boba for tomorrow.
Ooh.
And I was like, sure. It's okay.
When
We'll
it
fix
occurred,
everything next week. I forgot as well. Until 30 minutes before, you're good.
No, when it occurred to me that like boba's a thing that people can also just buy and have in their houses, because I see it on Instagram all the time. People are like, look at my Sailor Moon cup, and I'm gonna have boba in it, and they're like pouring the boba and everything, and I'm just like, well, I want strawberry boba. Sailor Moon cup, like what?
If you're not first, you're last. Wow.
Wow.
Okay. Let's not be toxic. We're
2
not
is
gonna
not a
be.
winner. 3 nobody remembers.
Wow. Wow.
You remember that song?
Yeah. It's offending me right now. Now I'm kidding.
I was also not in first, second, or third.
What was I? I was third and you were fourth, or was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Top 3.
All right.
Bronze queen. Y'all about to not be invited back if y'all don't pick it up. Pick up what? Well, we have to win.
I can't pick up what I have never held on to. Let's just say that right now.
He's super competitive, like super
God.
duper competitive. But yeah. Uh-oh.
Alright, here we go.
Oh. Oh, you're in first?
Oh no, there's a Bowser behind me!
There's like 3 Bowsers. What is happening?
God, I hate...
It's like Bowser attack. Wait, are you Peach?
Right here.
I'm Baby Peach.
Oh.
Oh my God, the harassment. I'm kidding.
The way I just threw that banana forward.
Yeah, and it hit me. Thank you.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. I thought we were friends here. That's crazy.
I mean...
No.
Somebody has a star. Oh.
That was me.
Oh, okay.
You can hear my star. Yep, I'm coming for you guys. Wow. This is a toxic environment. Okay. It really, like, everybody's getting stuff. Oh my, a boomerang? A boomerang? Wow. This is a very toxic environment.
Bowser's gotta go somewhere. Like, find some business.
Wow.
This is my thing with, like, Nintendo games. People who play, like, Bowser and Donkey Kong and stuff. Oh my God. Every time. I get so annoyed. I never want to play these characters. Like in Smash, oh my God, people who play Donkey Kong are a nightmare.
Oh my God. I don't play Donkey Kong, but I do play Bowser.
See, it's that same crew. That same, just like...
Listen, I know my toxicity levels, okay?
These huge characters you cannot throw off the map. Like...
I kind of fell in love with Bowser because he had like the smash. Like with he could just sit on you and stuff, and I just fell in love with that move. And
that is true.
And he has the fire breathing stuff. He has a lot of cool moves. So, but yeah, everybody's playing like Steve now. Minecraft Steve.
Oh, right. It was a meme until it wasn't.
Yeah, they keep getting more memes out of it though.
Well, because for a long time, everybody wanted, like, Sans from Undertale, which would have been a weird choice, and so they gave him, like, the Mii outfit. Oh, man.
K-pop don't know. I expect nothing less than perfection. I'm waiting for the Overcooked League to drop so I show these people.
The Overcooked League?
Okay. This is actually a story we could end on because... Oh, let's back out. I played Overcooked with D. Morel, and... that was the most traumatic experience of my gaming life because, you know, I don't expect, like we were supposed to finish it. And, you know, Overcooked, they grade you on 3 stars. Mm-hmm. And, yeah, like, I was like, okay, we got 2 stars. We can move on. And, like, if we need a 3rd star, you know, we go back and get a 3-star or something like that. He was like, we're doing this over. We have to get 3 stars. We have to do it right. And he would not let us move on until we got 3 stars. And,
oh, God.
Yeah, it was a lot of cooking. It was a lot of 3 stars or nothing. Walked away to make food. Well, Nick, it's the end of our stream. We actually went over a little bit because we had such a great time interviewing the dean of.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. That topic, we could have actually talked about that like
forever. Yeah,
because there's so much to unpack with like women in esports and.
Yeah, it was so great because she came from I know she felt like it was like not a poignant thing to not be a gamer, but I thought it was great because she wasn't a gamer and she came into this industry, and she, from just coming into it as a non-gamer, learning so much about it, like all the stuff that she was saying resonated with us.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
vice versa. And she understands how, and I always said this, I was like actually talking about it today. I was like, I learned so much from different industries, how we could change the gaming industry for the better, because those industries have grown so big now, and now it's like, the gaming industry's turn. So it was just such a delightful topic. I'm sure we'll have clips and things like that to post for you guys. And again, thank you to Dr. Emerson. It was just, I don't know. It's a great
like
experience.
I was saying, I think it's important because so much of like the things that could make the esport, like in general, the gaming industry has been so insular that a lot of the stuff that would make esports better, I think it's important to have a different eye on that stuff. Like you have to have business management. You have to have somebody managing these contracts with the players, and like, you know what I mean? Because that's how stuff gets out of hand and gets, stuff doing, under the table or whatever. So you have to have that oversight.
Yeah, like to just get that industry standard going.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, because that's something across the board, not just esports, but the gaming industry is struggling with. So it's like work standards and like there's a lot of stuff that
even the journalism could be better. Like it's just so much.
That too as well. I mean, there's so much, everything surrounding gaming. It's slowly getting better, but there is so much that has just been like this quiet thing. So there aren't standards, and like the whole crunch thing, all of it. I mean, there are so many things in the gaming industry.
So much.
So, but no, that was just that was a great discussion. And I and the way she's so excited about the program and everything, and student access, and well, like when we were reading her bio, so much of her focus has been on student success. And just, that is the key. With all of that. So that was very cool.
All right. So we're going to be heading out. We just want to thank everybody for coming today. Congratulations on the giveaway winner. I hope you enjoy the mouse. And
also, D. Merle said, did you or did you not get better at Overcooked as a result?
I did.
Of what happened.
But it was still traumatic.
I just wanted to throw that up.
It was still traumatic.
Oh, okay.
But yes, thank you everybody. I hope to see you next week. I believe it. What time did we start today? It's 8 my time.
Is it 7? Sorry, 7 Central, 5 Pacific,
8 Eastern. There we go.
5, 7, 8.
Yeah. You guys come back. We're gonna have another giveaway. Feel free to share the stream, and just like I said, tell your friends and your family. I'm pretty sure we're going to be sharing some stuff on social media as well, especially from the interview. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you follow Esports CCP on Twitter. Yes. See everyone next Friday. Thank you so much. I forgot to put the end screen in, I think. But we're just going to sign off, and you guys have a great night and day tomorrow. All right. See you guys. Oh, K-pop, where can everyone find you?
If you go to Twitch, Twitter, or Instagram, Cake Pop Plays. Cake, like Arya cake, like the pastry. Cake Pop Plays.
Yeah.
Same on Twitter, same on Instagram, same on Twitch. So
let me see if I can find the cake. And I'm That's So Alley Cat on everything, Twitch, Twitter. Yeah, there you go. That's So Alley Cat. You guys could always at me on Twitter. You can message. I'll be cool. I don't play that, but yeah. So that's it for tonight. Make sure you follow Esports CCP. Follow this Twitch channel. Follow the Twitter. All right, we're done for the night. Have a good night, guys. Bye.